And we are live. It's Friday night pint. How you doing, boys?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. Yeah.
First of all, sorry for that hour-long intro there. You know, it's quite a long intro, isn't it? But it gives us time to do what we have to do behind the scenes before we go live to the world. Yeah, everyone. How's your week been?
How's your week been? All right.
It's been all right, mate. I've had a decent week. I feel a lot better this week than I did last week. Feel a lot healthier than I did last week. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, mate. How are you? You had a good week?
I have been quite busy, work-wise, so all good. Scotty, good week?
Yeah. I've been on all right week, really. New vehicle finally showed up, so happy about that. I ain't got to drive around in a 7-year-old motor anymore.
What are we talking? Personal motor or work motor?
No, work motor, mate. Work motor. So I spend so much time in a motor, and it's always the work motor. So I've got a decent new one now, all flashy, all singing, all dancing. So
yeah, Scott sent me a picture of the dashboard. Looks like something out of Star Wars.
You fucking love it, Gray. Anyway, Nicky's running a bit late. He will be joining us in a minute. So what we're going to do before we get on to the topics, we're going to waffle on for about 5-10 minutes, and if he ain't here, then we'll just go. Yeah. I've seen a lot of comments in here saying I look like a PE teacher, and do you know what? I was literally in the shower about 10 minutes ago, and I just grabbed this top and I put it on. I'm literally sitting here in a pair of pajama shorts and this top. So. Do you know what? I always wear West Ham gear, so I thought I'll have a night off. You know what, Gray? It's a Friday night. Oh, what are you drinking? Anyway? What are you drinking, Gray?
It's one my brother brewed at home. It's very nice, actually.
Oh yeah, what's that then?
Yeah. I don't know. It was like he done
fucking pint of
like you can buy the packs and all that, and it's like a Christmas one, so it's very nice.
That's nice. It sounds nice, Gray. I wouldn't drink it myself, but it sounds nice. What are you drinking, Scott? You still on the old?
Yeah, I'm off the beer, and I still off the beer. I thought the thing is, I've had to stay off it because I've been on medication.
I'm sitting here and I'm saying to you, what are you drinking? Look, I ain't even fucking poured me fucking bottles. Yeah, that's how. Look, it's all been rush.
See, now this is the annoying thing. I've got bottles of that sitting in the fridge waiting to be drunk, but I thought I'm off the beer Moretti.
Oh, I like Moretti. I don't like Moretti.
But I thought Moretti. Is that what you got, Moretti?
No, I got San Miguel.
Oh, well, I got Moretti.
Holiday beer. Mine's on the holiday beers.
Right, I am. I ain't on holiday for fucking how long? I might as well pretend I'm on one. Take my shirt off in a minute.
I thought I'd take the opportunity to try January now, so that's why I'm staying off the booze for at least till the end of the month. So I'm on dry January. So I'm on tea.
Anyway. Scott, just quickly, mate, just before we get into tonight's topics, I want to ask you about last week. Did you get a bollocking off the missus last week after your comments at the end?
Of course I didn't. She don't watch it, does she?
Yeah, well.
I was waiting for someone to grasp me up.
Well, don't worry. He will. Anyway, come on, lads. 10 laps around the field. PE teacher spoken. Come on.
20 press-ups when you get back.
Cool. I wish I could do fucking 20 press-ups.
Come on, with the days, eh?
Yeah, I'm saying there were the days I could do them last year.
This is the thing, isn't it? It's strange times still. Strange things going on.
Yeah, I put last week I was saying on my Twitter account about like not being able to go to the gym and things like that, and people was all saying go for a walk, go and all that. And I started to get motivated, but I actually went for a nice long walk last week, and it was so refreshing. I enjoyed it so much. So this weekend, I'm going to do it tomorrow and Sunday as well. I'm going to build myself up. I'm going to start going. I've got a nice where I live. It's nice to run along the river, so I might get on it.
Talking a long walk, Scott. We had a little chat, didn't we, at the weekend?
Yeah, we did.
About a very long walk.
Very, very long walk.
Why are you up for it? Rise up.
What's that?
He'll do this one.
We're gonna do when we get the chance. We've got to train for it. We're gonna do a charity walk called the Greenwich Meridian Trail. We're gonna walk from
Peacehaven
all the way up to where was it, Gray? Up near Hull, basically.
Humber Estuary.
Yeah.
So from Brighton to Hull, basically.
Brighton to Hull?
Yeah, we're going to walk
Yeah,
it.
you up for it?
Hang
Follow
on,
us the
whoa,
Greenwich
hang on a minute,
Meridian
hang on.
line all the way up. You up
Did
for
you
it?
just say Brighton to Hull?
Basically, yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
walk it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Nah. Nah. That's too long. Walking or driving?
No, we're going to walk it.
Well,
All right.
That's why we're doing it for charity.
Why you don't want me driving? You remember to drive to Blackburn?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Fucking hell. That's a long old walk. What are you raising the money for?
Well,
New shoes.
No, we ain't decided yet. My missus works for a company, not a company, a charity called Red Balloon, who they're like a church company. Where they're based around the church, and they do a lot of voluntary stuff, a lot of helping kids in the community. They run after school clubs and breakfast clubs and stuff like that. So I'll be doing it for her, but like for her company. So I don't know what Graham would be doing it for.
I don't mind. I'll probably do it for I'll probably do it for the local cancer hospice. To be fair.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. I might nearer the time join in. Or I might just meet you in Hull.
You can give us a lift back if you want, mate.
Yeah, you can drive back.
I might do. We just had a £10 coming in from the disabled team now. I want to personally thank you all for giving my son the confidence of doing a live stream last weekend. You've given him confidence. Thank you to everyone. That's very nice to hear, mate.
Yeah.
That's very nice to hear. Thank you so much for the donation as well. You didn't need to do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's nice to hear that. Thank you. And you'd have to send us the link. We'll watch his stream.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Right, we Alan, we're giving Nicky.
I don't know. Give him a little message. We're going to give Nicky another 2 minutes. If he ain't here, we're going to start the topic, and he can just join in. And then when he joins in, we'll pretend we're talking about something else, and he'll look silly, won't he, when he's talking about something else?
I'm putting in the group chat.
What was that?
That's my phone. Sorry.
Anyway, how's everyone doing in the chat? Anyway, come on, let's have a little look at some comments. Lee's put to Hull and back sounds like an Only Fools and Horses episode. I lad. Yeah. I don't know why they're starting off in Brighton. Oh yeah, I suppose down the coast. Yeah, no, that'd be a decent walk. You do well there, Gray, if you make that.
I think I'll be lucky if I make it to Brighton to Epping.
Oh, Ginger Carroll's in the room. You up for it, Ryan? No, I might. I'll have a look. Let me see how often. When is it?
Well, we got to do a
bit for like a year or so yet, because we got to wait till we can start training for it.
Hopefully it'll be this year.
That night.
Hopefully it'll be this year. You know, I think it's just under 300 miles.
But, when it's at like 300 odd kilometres, when it or something, it works out. So.
No, just under 300 miles.
Ginger Carroll said he said he'd be up for the charity walk. So yeah, we'll get a few people on it. You can all march down there, we'll all get on it. Jake's in the room, West Ham unofficial. He reached 500 subscribers today. So congratulations, well done.
Well done.
Jake. I know your dad said you might have a cheeky little cider, but just look at us, mate. Don't drink. Whatever you do, you don't want to end up like us.
Don't want to go down that path.
Yeah, we're only 15. Scott's 16 and Graham's 18.
My paper round was all uphill though, so.
Hypno Toad says you're very Essex looking. Well, I don't know. I live in Essex at the moment, but I don't know.
We all live in Essex. So.
There's nothing wrong with looking in Essex, is there?
Oh, technically, Gray, come on. You keep telling me you're in a London borough, so is that really
I'm in a London borough, but it's Essex.
Yeah, well, I'll be moving soon, so hopefully, I'll be even more Essex.
Where are you moving to?
Nah, I can't really say.
I'm
not saying yet, just in case it don't all go through. So the house is in the pipeline. The contracts are signed. Just got to hope it all goes through. Come on,
it's going to be a deadline day signing, is it right?
I think so. I'm gonna have my own room, so I haven't got to use me front room for future videos. I'll have my own room where everything can be set up, so I ain't got to worry about setting things up, taking lights down after. Because obviously I'm in a flat at the moment, so got to take them down, move it all. It fucking does my fucking head in. But do you know what? It is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, Nicky's not here. Let's get into the topics now because we're waffling on and we don't want to be losing viewers and that. If you're in the room, give us a thumbs up as well. It helps us out. I don't know what it does, but it does something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You like a thumb up? Great.
I don't know what you mean.
Anyway, right. The topic is, what's the name of the video again? Oh, we're still, what are you laughing at?
Nothing, don't worry, go.
Right, the topic, basically, we're still in search of a striker. We ain't had no luck yet. Still ain't got one in. We've got 2 important games coming up. I thought we might have had someone in by for tomorrow's game, but we haven't. I mean, so many players we've been linked with. You know, the first one we talked about. I mean, there's probably about 4 or 5 main ones that have been linked. Josh King. What's your thoughts on Josh King, Scott? He played for Bournemouth the other week. Got last week in the FA Cup. Scored 2 goals. Didn't celebrate the goals. It looked like he didn't want to be on the pitch, but he was there. He done a job. So what do you make of him?
The thing with him is that he's not prolific. You know, he's a decent player. He done really well for Bournemouth. He had a pretty good partnership with Callum Wilson, but Callum Wilson was obviously the better goal scorer. So overall, for me, he's not the answer, but he'd be a good player to get in as a squad player.
Well, he's only 20. I think he's 28, just turned 29.
Mm.
You know, he's, as you said, he's played in the Premier League before. He wouldn't be a bad addition to this team. We need someone in, and if he was the one we got in, I mean, because the other players we are linked with are a younger and probably more exciting prospect than Josh King. But Gray, what's your thoughts on old Josh King, mate? You like him?
Yeah, like I say, he was good at Bournemouth, but like I say, Wilson was probably the more prolific of the 2.
He scored 62 goals in 5 seasons in the Premier League.
But it's not a bad return, is it? Really
which is more than any of our top goal scorers in Premier League history.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll be honest. I wish we'd have gone for Wilson in the summer. You know, sort of made a big effort to get in.
Yeah. See, this is
just to stop him scoring against us, if anything.
Yeah, when you look at the seasons Bournemouth had up until they went down, you know, they were in a lot better position than us, especially since we moved to the LS. So it's tough to say. I said I just don't think he's the answer, if you know what I mean. He's not the answer to the problems that we got. He'll be a good addition to the squad and he'll be a good player. But as people mentioned in the comment, you know, he scored as many goals. Ken Ammer said, "I'll take King. He scored as many goals for Bournemouth as Di Canio did for us." You know, but the fact that he's been missing most of this season. All right, he come in and scored 2 the weekend. That then cup ties him. So you know, we can't play him in what we hope will be a long run in the FA Cup. And does he really fit what Moyes is trying to achieve? Does he fit that? You know, the young, hungry player, because. You know, he's 28. He's still young as a footballer. He's not old. And they say strikers don't get in their prime till they hit 30. But he doesn't fit that mould of what Moyes has said he wants to bring in. That young, hungry player that wants to prove and wants to improve.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I honestly think that if Josh King, for the money we'd get him for, you probably get him between what they're looking for between 8 and 10 million. I think maybe West Ham might sort of hold out if they can to the summer and get him on a free. But I reckon someone will snap him up. Someone will snap him up in this transfer window. So if we want him, go for him. Just pay the money.
The thing is, as well, you'll probably try and see that they will exhaust the other options first. And then try and slip in on deadline day with a cheeky little 5 million. Yeah. You know, that's how it'll be. So that's the thing you've got to look at. Is it's, as I said, the other strikers seem to fit the mould of what Moisey wants, if you know what I mean. So
I mean, I do think we're going to have to sort of look, certainly in the January window, into the Championship. Because at this stage of the season, no one in the Premier League is going to sell any of their top strikers to a rival, are they?
Well, I was just about to speak about the Championship, Gray, because Scott was saying about David not suiting what David Moyes wants. We know we've had pretty much we've been quite lucky with signings from the Championship recently, especially like Bowen. But throughout the years, obviously Antonio, Creswell, Adam Armstrong at Blackburn. We've been linked with him, 23-year-old striker. I think Blackburn are going to want a lot of money for him. I think they're going to want 25 million plus for him, if I'm honest. Do West Ham risk paying that sort of money? Basically, any money we've got will probably all go on Adam Armstrong. Yes, he's good for the future, and he's banging them in the Championship, but would he be worth the risk?
This is it. This is the problem because, like you said, money is going to be restricted as from what we understand. So we're really looking at what we've earned off of the Haller deal to be pumped straight back in to signing reinforcements. And like you said, Blackburn are going to want to keep hold of him. They'll hold out. They'll want to get as much money as they can for him. Whereas he could be a player that we get in the summer if Blackburn don't get promoted. You know, with the unfortunate things that are going on financially within football at the moment, the Premier League clubs are in a good position where they can look at these players that are playing well this season and doing really well, like Armstrong for Blackburn, and then go at the end of the season and see what predicament these Championship clubs are in financially and sort of steal this top talent at a discounted rate because the clubs are going to be forced to sell to bring them a bit of income.
It's basically taking advantage of a bad situation, isn't it?
And but anyone who's not in business, that's the business model, isn't it? That's you take advantage of people when they're at that position.
I think
there's some good players down there in that Championship. You got to take take a punt. You got to take.
You got the Brentford striker as well, in your Ivan Toney, who's I think he's joint top goal scorer with Armstrong. I think they've got about 16 each this season. So I know we've been linked with him as well. We've been linked with a Watford player as well, Sarr. So there is a lot of talent in that Championship, and it's proved over the last few years. We've been lucky enough that we've gone down to the Championship and got some talent out there. And I think Bowen, if it wasn't for Bowen and Souček, we'd be a Championship team ourselves now. I think they were two brilliant signings and they really helped us out. But Adam Armstrong's another. I
prefer him over Josh King, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So if you had the choice out of the two, you'd rather because he's younger. You're having Josh King would probably last about 2 or 3 seasons, where Armstrong could last 5, 6, 7 seasons. Depending how well he does. But another player we've been linked with, obviously the main one that it looks like is this Dia from Rems, is it? I'll be honest with you, I don't know nothing about him. I watched his highlights video the other day. He looks decent. He's 24, another youngster. Reminds me a bit of Sacco, just watching him, like the way he plays, but I don't know. It's a risk, innit? It's a risk, but it looks like he is the front runner. He's the one that David Moyes actually wants. So I've said it before. I trust David Moyes. So if this is the player that he wants, then we've just got to get behind it.
The thing is as well, he's going to be the cheaper alternative, isn't he? From trying to sign an English youngster or a player from the Championship, it'd be cheaper for them to go abroad and look abroad to get him. And when you think, I think is he joint top goal scorer out in France?
I think he's got 12 goals out there.
Yeah, and you think the club that he's at is sort of a mid-table side, I believe. I said I'm not massively into French football, but I know all the bigger clubs are in French football, and that it could fit the mould. But is he the one that's really fast, or is that's the other one we're going to get onto in a minute? There's the Salzburg striker Daka. Yeah.
But I mean this Dia. I mean, I looked at him as most of us have probably done. We've all sat on YouTube and watched him and seen the highlight videos that people have been putting around on social media. Look, they're looking at between 10 and 12 million euros for him. So it wouldn't be a bad shout. It wouldn't be
not a lot of money. Really.
No. it might be worth the risk.
Mm-hmm.
We need someone in. So if this is the boy that David Moyes wants, then let's go for him. Let's get him in the door.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're lacking a bit of pace. And if you say he reminds you a bit of Sacco had a lot to his game. His all-round game was very good. He could hold up the ball. He was good in the air, and he run the channels. And, we can't keep relying on Antonio to do them.
To be fair, Scott, we're talking about Sacco. He's out of contract. He ain't got a club at the moment, so we'll probably end up getting him on the... I could see maybe Big Sam going for him at West Brom.
Yeah. So it's a shame with Sacco because obviously there was something wrong there with him and his time with us. But he's probably one of the only, when you look at that long list of strikers that we've had under Golden Sullivan, he's probably one of the better players striker-wise that we've had.
Yeah,
it's just a real shame it went the way it did with him.
Yeah, the other one you spoke to him, Patson Daka.
Daka, yeah.
Salzburg. He's got some pace on him, that boy, isn't he?
But again, it's only seeing clips and things like that. But he looks rapid.
Even just the look of him and the way he plays, he reminds me so much of Sane at Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know what? He's only a youngster. He's only 22. He's going to cost big money, though. He's going to cost 20 million plus or whatever. But for me, out of all the players we've spoke about here, he would be the one that I would want. From what I've seen, I think he would fit into the Premier League. I think he'd fit into West Ham, the way we play. And I just think, could you imagine the pace we've got in our team with, imagine him as well, him and Antonio.
This is it. And this is what we've been, it's funny, we sort of go through phases of what we're crying out for. For years, we were crying out for a poacher. We signed Hernandez, play the wrong way. We're crying out for a big aerial threat, and we signed Allaire, and we had Andy Carroll. We've never seemed to get the right fit, and like you said, he does seem the right fit with his pace because we lack pace. Apart from Antonio, we lack a lot of pace going forward. Bowen, he's fairly quick. Fornals isn't when he plays. Benrahma's more of a tricky player. Lanzini's not that quick. So Antonio's the only real pacey attacker that we've got. So we do need a lot more pace around our front line, especially if we're playing the three up top the way we do. We could do with a winger who's got a bit more pace about him, a bit more directness. Or if we want to go two up top, imagine having someone with a pace that he's got as well as Antonio. So, you've got Antonio, the bull in the China shop, who hustle and bustle and work defenders till the cows come home. And then you've got this other young kid who's a bit more rapid, a bit quicker, who will get in behind. It will cause Premier League teams a lot of problems if we could get a player like that.
He's agent as well. He's Freddie Canute, obviously a former striker. So that might sway it a bit. But West Ham have got this is the problem with everyone knowing that West Ham need a striker. Prices go up, and I don't want it to go down to the last day of the transfer window because we've got to be very careful because with this Brexit thing and everything, deals from Europe and things like that take a little bit longer. So I know the club will be working on things now behind the scenes. I think ex-employee said yesterday that there's actually another 3 or 4 strikers that have not even been mentioned in the press that West Ham are looking at. So I don't even know who they are. But I can definitely see us getting someone in. Definitely be very disappointed because where we are now, you look at our season, we're 10th. We are 6 points off of top 4. Whatever. I'm not saying we're going to get top 4. I'm just saying this is the position we're in. Bearing in mind, we've got more goalkeepers and strikers at the moment. We've had some good results so far this season. We're through in the cup. Don't matter how we got through, we're still through. We've got the potential to have a good season, a decent season. And if we fall off now, it's just all that hard work that was done in the first half is just wasted.
Yeah,
this been another average season, wouldn't it?
This is the big thing. Again, we're at a situation where it's in the board's hands of how far they want this team to go. The opportunity is there to snatch a Europa League spot. because the league is that tight and the way things are at the minute, everybody's beating everyone. Barring sort of Sheffield United, who seem to be the whipping boys up until obviously getting that win the other day. You can't really predict who's going to win what, and this is again where we could end up falling flat due to the people that run the club because of their lack of ambition and lack of wanting to take us further forward. And we've got a good opportunity, especially with the games we've got at the moment. We've got Burnley Saturday, then we've got West Brom. Burnley, they're a bit of a bogey team of ours of late, but it's still a winnable game. West Brom again, all right, it's the return of Sam Allardyce, Snoddy and Diagana coming back as well. But that is another winnable game, and this is where we could push on. Win them 2 games and the results go our way. Like you said, we're sitting there looking at top 6.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we've got, as you said, we've got Burnley, West Brom, then we've got the cup break, then we play Crystal Palace, and I think we end the month playing Liverpool. So there's all them games are tricky. Don't get me wrong; they're tough games, but they're winnable games. Even Liverpool at the moment, they're not firing all cylinders, are they? And if they lose tomorrow to United, they'll be 6 points behind at the top. So mentally, that's go on.
I think not having the crowds in the grounds as well makes it a little more of an even playing field.
Yeah,
well.
Definitely. I think it is. It don't matter whether you play home or away. It doesn't change the fact, does it? It doesn't make a difference really at the moment.
Just look at United. I think United have got the best away record in the Premier League. And that game against Liverpool, they've got the best home record. So Liverpool are not firing all cylinders away from home. You look at the last game when we played Liverpool and the last game last season when we played Liverpool, we were unlucky not to get something out of that. So, like you said, this is the season where anything can happen. Every game is winnable. And I've said this before, our mentality at the moment, we don't know when we're beat. And we are a team that, on our day, can turn over any other team in this Premier League.
Yeah, I think everyone on their day can turn over anyone in the Premier League. That's why it's the best league in the world for me, because like bottom can beat top. That's just the way it is. But everyone in the chat, if you out of them strikers we just spoke about there, who would be your first choice? Who would you like to see West Ham get in this transfer window? One striker that will be on the bench tomorrow is the youngster. Udu Beko, is it Udu Beko? Is that you say it? Udu Beko?
Odubeku, I think it is.
Odubeku. Well,
I'm asking Scott how to pronounce names. He always gets them wrong.
I know. I like the way he said the other night on post-match pint, Randolph again. I used to love it when he was happy when we sold Randolph last time because he kept saying his name wrong when we signed him back. But yeah, I'm going to call him Beko. He's it's a big opportunity for him. Massive opportunity for him.
But this is the thing. I said this. I think I said this at the end of the preview. I filmed so many of them. I can't remember what I said. But you don't want to heap too much pressure on him.
No.
He looks a very, very exciting young player. As I said in my predictions at the start of the season, he knows where the goal is. Seems a natural finisher. He's got a lot about his game, and he could be a little secret gem, if you know what I mean. That we've had that could hit the ground running. But I just don't want him. What I don't want to see is we don't sign another striker in January. Hopefully it don't happen. Touch wood, it don't happen. But Antonio goes injured, and then gets injured, and we're relying on him because that puts a hell of a lot of pressure on a young lad's head that has not got a lot of experience. He looks like he can be something good.
Right, let's have a quick look in the chat, see who everyone wants. So, Andy Miles, Armstrong for me, great pace and can finish. What we're crying out for. Matt Powell, we'll sign you, Ryan. You couldn't afford me, son. S. Paul, Daka.
Yeah,
there's a lot in here for Daka. Kevin saying Daka will go to Man City. Ben saying in order, Daka, Armstrong, Dia, King is average, should be avoided. So there's a lot. Yeah, it's I mean, most people. I mean, Ken Hammers, Josh King, or Dia, but we need 2 strikers. Could we need we need, but yeah. Yeah,
it's true. You know, we could basically get 2 for the price of 1.
Is that comment still on your screen? Because it's just disappeared off of mine.
Just Ken Hammers, just
yeah. So there's a lot of Adam Armstrong Championship over foreign leagues, less chance of needing to adapt to life here. That's a big thing as well, isn't it? It's how quick these people can adapt to the Premier League. You know, some people just get to it straight away, take to it, and some take ages.
Championship, that's a tough division. Yeah,
of course it is. It is.
So they'll already be probably more prepared for the pace of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the
the only thing is as well. I mean, this Udubeko, you know, listen. We always want to see youngsters come on and do well, but the worrying thing is that he comes on tomorrow, scores, plays well against West Brom, plays well against Palace, and then they might think, well, we don't need to spend money now. We've got someone that can come off the bench, and that's the worrying thing. I mean, Antonio, we don't know what, you know, Antonio, if he picks up another injury, and we've only got the youngster on the bench, and we haven't brought a striker in, then we are fucked.
Yeah, and that's it, you know, because that's my worry. Like I said, with you, if he comes on, if he gets a chance tomorrow, or he plays against West Brom, and you know he plays well, or he scores a goal, or scores a goal in both, you know, it's great. But again, we lose Antonio the way we're playing with that lone striker. It's just too much pressure on the young lad for me.
You know, on the other hand, he could get thrown in, and he could be exactly what we're looking. You know, he could do a fantastic job and be what we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
until you try young players out, you don't know what they're capable of.
Well, this is it. And to be honest, when you look at it as well, sort of the position we're in the league is the right time to try youngsters out. You know, because we're not fighting relegation and things like that. So, you know, we could. It could work. It could work one of both ways. I just don't want to be relying.
You've got to give them a chance. If they didn't get their chance, they're not going to progress in their career.
Oh, no, I totally agree.
You've got to give them their chance.
Yeah, but it's just you don't want to have to rely on that. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to rely. But saying they could put him in there and he could hit the ground running and be absolutely fantastic and exactly what we're crying out for. You know, you don't know until he tries.
He come to us from Man United because he thought he'd get more of a chance at West Ham than he would at United. I think he'd come through the same time as Rashford. You know, so he's very, very. He looks a very, very good player. Looks very good from what I've seen of him.
Yeah, no, definitely. And do you know what? I mean, what are we? We're on 26 points. So what are we? 5 wins away from, and the board might look at it and think this squad's good enough to get another 5 win, keep us up, and that's the only thing that worries me because, as I said, the position we're in now, we're in the running to have a decent season. You know, we've had a couple of shit seasons. Well, probably the last 3 seasons have been shit, in they relegation battles and worrying about staying up. But this season, there seems to be something different, and we've got a good balance across the team. You know, across the back four. You know, Dawson's come in the last few games. No one give him a chance when we signed him. You know, myself included. We just thought it's not a signing that we really need. But he's, you know, 3 games, 3 clean sheets, and he's got himself a goal. You know, Fabianski should be back.
That'd be a big boost getting him back. Not that Randolph's done anything bad. You know, he flapped at that cross on Monday night, but other than that, his all-round game has been fairly good.
Yeah.
Spurs were forced to rely on Harry Kane. Look what happened. You know,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. You know.
Piers S, I'm a Blackburn fan, and Adam Armstrong's a lot like Timo Werner, but he can actually finish.
So someone said here, they put.
Sorry, mate, I was trying to take it off. Go on.
Yeah, now. What are you doing, Scott?
Sorry,
Alex has said, Gray, I'm sorry, mate, but it looks like you're drinking bog water. I thought Nicky still had his Christmas tree up then.
That's actually very nice. It's very nice.
I thought Nicky still had his Christmas tree up in the
I like the light.
It's bog water, but it's very nice bog water.
Yeah, it's like
nice bog water, yeah.
But yeah, Nick, we've missed all the fun, mate. Graham's done his song. He's done a bit of poetry.
Yeah.
Now with
Poetry. I'll just go.
We've just been talking about the strikers that we've been linked with. So we spoke about the main ones. Josh King, Dia, Bakker, Adam Armstrong. What's your thoughts on them?
Anything to do? I ain't got really much to say. I mean, I know look, people are starting to ask me already about Haller on his debut, but like it just didn't work for us. I think we just need something we've been lacking for a long time. That's a bit of pace, a bit of movement. You know what I mean, and things like that. And I think like a proper centre forward. I like to look at that. Man, that Daka is so fast. I've never seen. I see that clip of him. I don't think I've seen a faster centre forward. I don't think I've seen one. And it's just a bit of pace, bit of movement. Like with the Haller goal, I'll talk about that quickly because I know people are saying about like Haller goal. It's easy to score, and that defender didn't get within 5 yards of him ever.
I think
it's easy to score.
With Sebastian Haller, I mean, it just showed he's got 2 assists in his first 2 games. He only got 1 in 48 for us. So you know, it's different, isn't it? Different clubs, different league. It's a slower league. So look, Haller's gone there.
It suits him better. Like as I said before, I could never sort of question the man's talent. The man's got, he's got some talent. He's shown glimpses of it. But for 45 million quid, you don't want to see glimpses of it. You want to see it all the time, and he just couldn't do it. But you know, someone with a bit of pace, like a proper athlete, someone that can give, the defenders a torrid time. You know, if you can't beat them in the air, beat them with pace. And like, we ain't had anyone like that. Antonio's like that a little bit, but he's not a natural striker. But someone natural like that, who's got that sort of predatory instinct about them, that can cause people trouble. Daka looks perfect. It looks like it's going to be the other guy, doesn't it?
Dia,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be honest with you, I ain't got an opinion on him because I ain't seen anything of him.
No, we were saying the same, that we're sitting here talking about him. I mean, Adam Armstrong we spoke about, we've seen him in the Championship, but Daka and Dia we don't really know too much about. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I watch French football and things like that. We've only watched YouTube highlights of him, and let's be honest, when we signed Haller and we see the highlights of him, we thought, wow, this is the striker we've been looking for. And look what happened. It didn't work out. So, yeah, I think sort of someone like that would excite the fans a little bit as well, and a little bit of buzz. I'm a bit wary about Armstrong because I don't, we're bringing a lot from the Championship. And I know there's hungry players in the Championship, but I think too many. Is your mic crackling?
No.
Can anyone else hear that?
Yeah,
not as well. No.
Yeah,
it's alone.
A bit.
Right, hold on 1 minute.
That's the thing. It's the price tags that the players bring. If we could get 2 strikers for the price of what we've like I said, if Dakar's more expensive, and we're looking around 20 million for him, but we can get Dia and maybe Josh King for less. Like Kent was saying earlier, like said earlier in one of the earlier comments, two strikers for the price of one is a lot better for us. And because we need reinforcement.
Yeah, is that better?
Carry on talking. We'll tell you.
Yeah, I think that's right. We need, to go into the season with 1 centre forward was fucking ridiculous anyway. Yeah. Like, and don't get me wrong, like as happy I was to see the back of Haller and get him sold and that. It's just we've got no one now. You know what I mean? And we have to reinvest that, man. That's the only thing that I had sort of reservations about selling Haller is they won't fucking spend the money. You know what they're like.
Well, this before you join us, what Ryan was saying, if Odebeku comes in and scores a goal on Saturday and then does the same against West Brom, you know, the worrying thing is they can look at, oh, we don't need to go and spend the money because we've got someone ready-made already there. And I was saying it then puts a lot of pressure on the young kids' heads if we lose Antonio to another injury, which, as much as it pains me to say with Antonio's record, that's probably likely. Touch wood.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if Antonio doesn't pick up another injury for the rest of the season. Touch wood, he doesn't, because we need him. He's an important player. But, do you know what?
It's not only that. You've got to think about the position we're in. Yeah, we're in a very, very strong position. We've got Burnley and West Brom. Now, you can't take any points for granted, but they are games at home that we could, you know, we can win. And on 32 points, fucking hell, man, we're in a really strong position. Now, to leave this sort of January transfer window without any sort of reinforcements, you know, and I've been saying this since the beginning of the season, with the sort of injury record we've had, we've been very fortunate this season. First season in a long time. We could have been absolutely on our arse, to be quite honest with you. Get some quality in, and you never know where this season may take you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but just before you come on, mate, where we are now, you know, we're through in the cup. You know, we've got the potential now to have a really decent season. We've had 3 shit seasons the last 3 years where we've been scrapping relegation and that. And the position we're in now, we don't want to just throw it all that hard work that we've done in the first part of the season. Don't want to chuck it all away and just get to 40 points and then just see out the season. That's not what football's about.
I think Moyes has done a good job. He's starting to get the players in he wants. As long as it's the players Moyes wants, then you know, I'm pretty all right with that. But just look at where we are in the season, a little bit of investment. We have saved a lot of money in wages, over £30 million in wages over the last couple of seasons when we've sold players. Reinvest some of that money, not all of it, but some of it, and reinvest that transfer fee. And this season may end up being one of the most memorable in our, you know, I know for different reasons, but it could be one of the most memorable in our history. We're hard to beat.
I was very hard to beat. This month is massive because, as you said, we've got Burnley tomorrow, West Brom, then we've got Doncaster in the cup, then we play Crystal Palace, and then we've got Liverpool at the end of the month. So this is a massive month to show you how far we've come as a club, as a team, and to how good of a season we can have. Because if we have a shit month and we go out the cup or whatever, you know, it's going to be one of them seasons where we're going to be sitting here and we're just be like, oh, another season where we just stayed up. But we've got so much potential. And as you said, David Moyes has made us hard to beat. You know, we're solid at the back. You know, we're solid in midfield, but that's where we haven't had no injuries. So if we do pick up a couple of injuries, then God knows what position we'll be in.
Please, we've only
unusually. Sorry, mate.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, unusually for us, we had a sort of fairly decent Christmas New Year period. Which is where our season normally falls down, isn't it? Well, no, when we've had a decent start, normally we sort of fall down over Christmas New Year, and we've done all right this year.
Normally the time after the FA Cup third round is normally the time we start coming down. It's the old saying: the West Ham go down faster than the Christmas decorations or the Christmas lights. You know, this is the worrying time.
Well, we're in for a good season because Nicky's still got his up.
This is
I just put the lights up, man. The tree's gone.
That's what I said. We've still got the lights up.
I like the ambience of it. And I've ordered some LEDs and stuff, and I've got some LEDs behind the TV, but I can't find the plug for it.
Nicky likes the ambience. He's gonna get some cheese and biscuits out in a minute.
Gives it a little bit more depth. I've got my Lego set up here.
What Lego set?
What one you got? What's that one?
Oh, have a look then, Greg, with your eyeballs. Look, can't you see them all?
No, you're a bit far away, mate. I can't make.
I'll tell you what I've got. Right, I'll show you this. This costs an absolute fortune as well, right, Greg? You're gonna wank over this, mate. You like Lego, don't you?
I don't know what you think. So I've got X-ray vision. You know. What's that?
What is it? James Bond.
It's a spaghetti Veyron.
Oh, I thought it was a James Bond or something.
Spaghetti Veyron. what I was saying, sorry, Greg, earlier on was when you look at this season, in the bottom half, we've only lost to 2 teams below us. One being Arsenal, and the other being Newcastle. That's the good thing that we're doing is we're beating the teams around us and below us, which is something that normally we beat the teams that are sitting near the top and lose games we shouldn't lose. So this is a different type of season.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm stoked we don't sit on our laurels and think it's a job nearly done and we'll just see it out. I'm hoping we push on.
Nicky, it's a Sheeron, not a Veyron.
Yeah. I think it might be actually a Sheeron. I don't know the difference between a Sheeron and a Veyron. The car I'm never going to be able to afford either way. So
just only in Lego form.
But
that cost a lot of money. My mum bought that for Jamie. That cost a lot of money. I couldn't even do that.
Not cheap, is it?
That's it with the striker thing, I think. So let's move
What's
on.
the next topic, right?
Man United are linked with Declan Rice. Won't really go on too much about this. I mean, everyone knows that Chelsea are after Declan Rice. Rio Ferdinand come out earlier in the week and said that Declan should make the move. And look, I like Rio Ferdinand, but I lose a lot of respect for him when he says things like that. Yeah. Look, Declan Rice is a massive player, and he's 22. He turned 22 yesterday. I can't believe he's only 22. Seems like he's been around. It seems like he's been playing the Premier League for the last 10 years. It's just, I don't know.
The thing is, we're going to have this every single transfer window. Declan Rice is going to go here. Declan Rice is going to go there. That's until the guy actually leaves. It'll be linked every single transfer window. And all right, Man United, they're playing well at the minute. They're getting very lucky with getting awarded a lot of penalties as they do, and they get very lucky with VAR, a lot like Liverpool. And will it benefit him going there at the moment? Probably not. He's playing just as much footwear. He's playing very good. He's captain of the club. Yeah, all right. You're going to be playing in the top European competition, which you can't hold any player back from that. But I still think the boy's got a lot to learn, and he can learn more playing for us at the moment than he can anywhere else.
As I said, he's only 22.
Yeah, I'm under no illusions. I think eventually someone will come in and make an offer that can't be refused.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping we can get another couple of seasons out of him.
Yeah,
with us, but he's a massive talent. He's going to be a huge talent.
Yeah,
in the future, and he's going to have a lot of big clubs sniffing around him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like I said, we need to match his ambition. He needs to be, or he already is first name on that team sheet. He's now the team captain. Once Noble retires, he'll be club captain if he's still here. And we've got to be getting hold of him and saying, look, give us a couple of seasons. We're moving in the right direction. We want to be pushing to get into the Europa League, to get into Europe. We want to be, challenging for things like the FA Cup, because that's the thing at the minute is to keep the young lad in our side, and you've got to do everything you can. And the only thing that we're missing is challenging for them top spots, challenging to get into Europe, challenging for the trophies. That's what we need to bring to the club to push and to keep Declan Rice at our club. Because if not, if we have, like we said, if we go now off the boil, finish 10th, what's the ambition of us to warrant Declan saying, well, do you know what? I'll put my dreams of playing in the Champions League on hold for a little while. That's what we've got to look at. Everybody dreams of playing in the top competitions. Everyone wants to play Europe. Everyone wants to represent their country. Declan's doing that. He's representing his country. He's captain for the club. But it's just now matching that ambition that he's got to win trophies.
Here.
Everyone keeps on saying it's inevitable, but keep on building what we've got. Man United last season before last, got a couple of good players. Their defence lets them down, to be honest. Spent a lot of money, but they're up there with the top of the league at the minute, aren't they? So I don't see like a million miles between us and them. You know, Liverpool have dropped off a little bit, and you know, Chelsea are not clicking yet, and all of that sort of thing. They've all got some good players, but you know, especially with the Chelsea thing, it's just not working for Chelsea. You know, Chelsea spent all of that money and they're sitting in the same position as we are.
Yeah.
Give yourself, as I say, use this money wisely. Get yourself a couple of hungry players. Get yourself the players that the manager wants and see what he can do with them. You know, there's not a million miles between the teams. Teams are in transition. Teams like Man City can go out and buy anyone they want. Let's not be fucking hasty about it. But at the moment, they're in a little bit of a transitional period. Take advantage of it. We're in a strong position, there's quite a few teams in strong position. Southampton are in a strong position. You know, teams that could not get anywhere near the top in the last few years. You know, whether it be because of crowds or whatever. You know, all of that sort of things. Sort of at the minute, it doesn't affect anything because there is no crowds. You know, there is no advantages and all of that. Take advantage of it and see where you may go with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like keep hold of him for the next season. So if it comes back to crowds and we start going back off, it's Everton as well. Yeah, Everton are one. You know, adding to their squads, closing the gap and all that. Why you've got this sort of advantage to strike while the iron's hot? Strike while the iron's hot. Get yourself in a good position, and you never know. This could be the season where teams force their way into that top 6, that top 4. Whatever.
Well, look at Leicester. Look what they're doing.
Yeah, I was just going to say Leicester. Yeah.
The thing is, well, with Declan at the moment, you know, Declan doesn't look unhappy at the club. Every time I've seen him, he looks happy. You know, he looks like he enjoys playing for Moyes. He looks like he enjoys playing for the club. So, who says that he'd want to actually leave the club? You know, I know players have got ambitions, but he's 22 years old. He can have another 2 or 3 seasons at West Ham and then look at it and think, right,
I don't blame Rio for what he says because Rio lived that exactly the same position, wasn't it? He was at West Ham. He was an ambitious kid. He went to Leeds and then went from Leeds to Man United, and he'll go down as a Manchester United sort of legend. He's not going to go down as a West Ham legend, although he was one of the best kids to come out of our academy, but he's lived that life, and I feel sometimes he's putting that, you know, he's living through Rice again precariously. You know, does that make sense? Like,
I mean,
that's the best thing I've done.
But you've got to remember,
what I was getting at was, I'm not saying like Rice wants to leave. I'm just saying if he progresses as we think he will.
No, I said no one thought that, Greg.
Clubs are going to come in. They're going to make an offer that the board can't refuse at some point.
Yeah, he's going to be an ambitious kid. But what I'm saying is, if you want to sort of like keep hold of him for a little while longer, at least try matching the ambition. You know, Leicester won the league. They come from fucking nowhere and won the league. A couple of seasons after that, they lost some of their biggest players. What did they do? They went and bought smart. And they're forcing their way back up to the top of the league. You're thinking of Leicester now as a top 6 club. They won that Premier League. That was a fluke to win that Premier League. It was just the right ingredients at the right time with the right situations. They lost all their players after that. They could have done a Blackburn, could have went back down again. They lost Kante, they lost Drinkwater. You know, all of these players that were, you know, important to them. They never lost Vardy. They was very lucky not to lose Vardy, I think, because I think people just didn't want to take a gamble. They thought he was going to be a 1 or 2 season wonder. But what I'm saying is that they've rebuilt again, bought smart, bought a good manager in, got a good philosophy, got good, you know, board of staff. Look at their training ground. They've invested in the right ways and in the right places. And this is what I don't trust with our owners, to invest in the right ways, the right places. But they're making themselves a European mainstay. Do you understand what I mean? Every season, like last season, they could have got Champions League again. They fell off at the last hurdle. This season, everyone thought, they'll drop back down the league again. They're up there again.
No, that's it, and that's like I said. These are the models we've got to be looking at. Follow
the gap is closing between everybody at the moment. Just as long as you make it right while the iron's hot.
It went from a top 4 to a top 6, and now there's like a top 8. There's a top 8 of teams that could break into the top 4 in the league. And then that's what I'm saying. Over the next couple of years, you'd have like 10 teams that are challenging. It's ridiculous at the moment. And
that's the thing now. Is anybody sort of from Arsenal upwards, really, if they put a decent run of 4 or 5 games together where they get, you know, out of 5 games, you get 4 wins.
Well, the thing is, Scott,
sitting
well,
pretty
4 weeks ago, everyone was saying Arsenal were getting relegated. They the one last night. They've been on the same points as us and Chelsea.
Yeah.
So that's how tight the league is. You only need 3 or 4 wins in a row, and you're right up there. But you only need 3 or 4 defeats, and you're down there. That's how tight the league is.
That's what I said. We are in some really good form at the minute. You know, when you look at the stats, they're stacked in our favour the way we're playing. The attitude of the squad, the fact, like we've touched on earlier, the fact that players are enjoying playing football at the minute, enjoying playing for the club. You don't see anyone in that squad moping around. You know, everyone.
You don't watch a game now and think, "Oh, we ain't got a chance today." Yeah. We've always got a chance with a fully fit team. We've always got a chance in the game, and we're hard to break down as well. We're a hard team to play against. Teams don't like playing against us because we've got. You know, we're good at set pieces and things like that. You know, Souček, what a signing he's been. Unbelievable. One of the best signings we've made in the last, 10 years? Without a doubt. He's up there.
I'd say longer than that, right?
He's a great signing. And Bowen as well. And I know Ben Rama, he hasn't really hit it off yet, but you can see that he's got the potential to be a great player. You can't really judge him on a Stockport game the other night because it was the conditions and it's difficult. But give him a chance. Let's see what he can do tomorrow. Because I know we're going to talk about the Burnley game in a little while. But for me, tomorrow, I'd start him against Burnley just to give him that little bit of freedom on the pitch. You know, see what he can do. Ben Rama.
Oh, yeah, why not? Fuck him, why not?
No, that's what I'm saying. We've got the potential to build a really good team and keep everyone fully fit. I know with another striker coming in, the way we play is one up top. So whoever comes in has to know that they're going to be behind Antonio, and that's what might sway a lot of strikers from not joining the club. Because if they
will have to, right? Because you can easily put Antonio back on the wing and get 2 for him.
I don't think that Antonio would want to go back out on the wing. I know he would if he was told to. Of course he would, but
I think with Moyes, I think if a striker comes in, you know, not so much with Hilaire because I don't think Moyes wanted. I don't think Hilaire fit the Moyes attitude of where he wanted to play. I think because
he didn't work.
Yeah, if we
work from his play, you look at the way we play now. Look at the players that are working now that didn't work before. The likes of Cresswell working like doubly hard. Souček's in there working massively hard. You know, everybody works. You know, he likes them grafters. Hilaire was not a fucking grafter. That's one thing you can say about Hilaire. He did not want to work for nothing. He wanted everything to his feet. He was like me when I was a centre forward at Power League back in the early 2000s. Didn't want to fucking move for nothing.
No, but that's
what I'm saying. Nicky didn't move, and it was a 5-a-side pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
if we sign these strikers, you look at the strikers that we're after. They've got a bit about them. You know, they've got a bit of pace. They've got a bit of work rate about them. And I think it will be that if they come in. Yeah, they'll play second fiddle to Antonio at first, but
no, I don't think so.
I think they will. Antonio's. It's a bit like Arnautovic. Antonio at the moment is Moyes' trusted man. He's the one that Moyes is putting his faith in to do the job that he wants from the lone striker.
But it's because it's the closest that he's got to what he wants.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing.
You know what I mean? Like he likes that type of striker. Look at Arnautovic. Arnautovic was that sort of striker. Yeah. He was that striker, hustling, bustling. He's got that little turn of pace, got that bit of pace. Give defenders fucking nightmare. Hilaire, fuck me, I've seen trees move fucking quicker than him.
But it's the players that are coming in. Now, Antonio will start over them at the start, but as soon as they get a chance and they take that chance, if they show the commitment that you see that Antonio gives, Moyes will stick with them. But like you said, you can move Antonio out onto the wing. You know, I'd like to see Antonio playing wide right because I still think some of the best performances he's ever put in for us have been when he's cutting in from the right hand side. You know, you look at that run way back when he scored all their headers scored in the games on the spin. It was coming in from the right hand side, them late runs, and especially the way they play. If you've got a striker in the box, Souček making a run into the box, and then Antonio cutting in or coming in from the right hand side, that's a lot of heading ability that are going to cause teams a hell of a lot of problems.
Yeah, I know. That's what Mark Caffey always says.
Yeah, well done, Scott. What else we got to talk about? Oh, did you see the images from training today? Certain Winston Reid back training with the squad.
Training.
Yeah, it won't be long. He'll be at the door soon.
Photos from about 3 years ago.
No, he'll be at the door soon.
Oh,
I
yeah,
watched him play for that American team once, man. He was fucking useless.
Probably just keep him fit, isn't he? Trying to get fit. He'll probably get released and probably drop down. Might even drop down to the Championship or something. Or
that's the thing. He's he's at the club. He's got to train. He needs to keep himself fit to push and move through if he wants out. What's this? The last year of his contract?
2023, I think he's going to.
Yeah.
As long as that, I thought it was running out.
He signed a 5-year one about 2000 and maybe it is running out.
Yeah, this is the thing. If it,
I could be wrong, but I thought it was. I thought it was running out.
He may be happy seeing his contract out, but if he's a footballer, you want to play football. So I can't see him getting in front of the players that we got unless we sell Diop.
Yeah, well, Diop obviously he's back in the squad for tomorrow. I think the only player missing through COVID is Balbuena. Fabianski's back tomorrow as well, but I think
he's missing as well, Steve. Still,
who?
Fredericks.
No, I think he's back. I think he was back training today. So, I think we've got to talk about it. And obviously the news come out this week about the board, and they've got porn stars on there. They've got kids. They've got fucking whatever. I think we're the only people that ain't been asked really to go on the board. But look, the reasons behind it, a lot of people speculating that it could be because they're going to sell the club and they want to look after all these people. I think personally it's tax reasons.
It's the tightening because they've brought in the new rules regarding how the clubs have got to act. Because over the Christmas period you had all them players breaking protocol. They've tightened the protocols up in and around the club. So I'm presuming that the reason they've done that is it's the only way these people can get to come to the games at the club.
Well, you've got obviously David Gold's daughter's husband's been appointed as well, so they're keeping it all in house. And yeah, I mean, it just sums up the board, then having a porn star on there as well. It's crazy, isn't it? It's just
the thing is, mate. It's there at the end of the day. Like we can sit here and moan about them. At the end of the day, it's their club, but their legacy will be these sort of things. That's the fucking end of the day. Like they fucked us bad over the last few years, but we've spoke about it a million times. We get angry about it, and we fucking sort of whip up a fucking frenzy. I've whipped myself into a frenzy thinking about the pair of them and how much they've fucked us over as fans. You know what I mean? Like, and I've done it so many times. And like at the moment, the way the restrictions are in the world, you can't even walk outside your front door. So you're not going to be able to go and stand outside their fucking ground, blah, 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 blah. But it just, I think, appointing people like that onto our board. Now, I know it's the kid's mum and all of that, and I wouldn't want to say too much about, their mother and all of that sort of thing. But if they're just doing that so they can get in the ground, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to sort of appoint all of these people onto the board and all that. I don't know what the reasons are. There's lots of speculations what the reasons are. But when it comes round in 50 years' time, I bet people are still talking about, do you remember that time when West Ham appointed that porn star onto their board of directors? Like, it's a shambles. Like, they embarrass us daily with their nonsense. They stop doing one thing and then they do something completely different. Like, and it's, it's about time that they started to realise that, this is a proud football club with proud traditions, and stop pissing about and doing things like that. You know what I mean? Because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I said there's got to be a reason why they've done it. That's the reason it looks to me, because as I said, that to get them to be able to go to the ground because they've tightened up the rules. But I can't really see them being involved in any of the.
Would that woman really be that bothered if she couldn't go and watch West Ham fucking Burnley next week?
But you don't know whether, if the rumours are true that Sullivan's unwell, whether she assists him.
Well, we'll tell him to fucking stay at home and all then. And if she's his carer, then she can fucking take him.
I don't know. I'm just speculating.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, I don't know. Fuck 'em.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get off the subject of the ball. That fucking bores me talking about them. They're just, as you said, they there's not a week that goes past without them embarrassing us in some way. Just get your fucking money out. Spend some fucking money.
Like you said, right? It could be for tax reasons. You just don't know.
Yeah, we don't know the reasons behind it, but just quickly, because he's on the screen, I'm gonna. How does it make? How old do you feel that Wayne Rooney's actually retired from football and become a manager? Fucking crazy, absolutely crazy.
I remember seeing Rooney for his England debut against Australia at Upton Park, and he said hello to me.
Yeah, he was saying that on Sky Sports News earlier. He went, "Oh, yeah,
Upton Park." I said hello to him. You know that game bad TV, the one that gives the team.
Scott from West Ham.
I remember his first goal at Everton against Arsenal.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most underrated players in the world. I think he gets a lot of criticism for what he's done in his career. Top goal scorer at Man United, top goal scorer for England. I just think, and what he offered the team and what he's won, I think he goes down as a great for me. And
he's great, but I think he could have been greater.
Yeah, but
I'll totally agree.
He looked after himself enough for his career.
Yeah, but you say that, but he had a good career. He won everything.
He had a fantastic career. But you look at the likes of Ronaldo and all of that are still.
Yeah, but that's because they went out. Ronaldo went out to Spain. Yeah, Ronaldo went out. Rooney stayed. He's wanted to stay at Man United.
The thing is with United, with Rooney and fucking Ronaldo probably ain't hit a fucking carb since 2004. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you fucking see him in like training and doing all this fucking hard work in the summer and all that, and then you see pictures of Rooney walking along with a lollipop.
But he's still done it on a Saturday. So what does that matter? Yeah, but Gazza was a pisshead and he was a genius.
No, they're geniuses. But I'm just saying he could have prolonged his career. I thought, he's played at lower level for a little bit now, and how old is he?
36.
36, yeah.
He's had a 20-year career.
Exactly.
All I'm saying is he could have.
No, but what I'm saying is you're talking about Ronaldo and that. Rooney was on from 16 years old. He was on the world stage from 16. Ronaldo. I'm not saying he's up there with Ronaldo and Messi. I'm just saying that I think he's very underrated for what he's done. He's England's top.
34, by the way.
Well, he's 34. That's why he's retired now, because he's done it all. He's won 4 or 5 Premier League titles, Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup, World Cup, over 100 England caps. It's not a bad career, is it?
He's a good
player.
He ain't won a World Cup.
Club World Cup, I said.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
I missed the club bit.
No one's won a World Cup in England since '66. So why am I going to say Rooney's won a World Cup? Club World Cup.
That's it. He's won everything domestically that he could win when he was with you. Well, not domestically even, because he's won the European competition. He's had a fantastic career. He will go down as an England great, and he'll be spoken about for a long, long time because he is our top goal scorer for England.
So who gives a toss for Rooney?
We appreciate good players on this channel.
Yeah, that's it.
Plus, he played for England as well.
That's it. He was quality. He was quality, but I don't. As much as he won everything, he's one of them players that I still think he had another level that he could have stepped up to.
Yeah, but what you got to remember as well is that Alex Ferguson, you could sort of say that not that Alex Ferguson ruined his career, but he played him out of position quite a lot. Rooney had to play out on the left at sometimes and the right. If he had played as a centre forward for his whole career, he would have got a lot more goals.
Yeah. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. I just said it. He was fantastic talent. Fantastic talent.
All right. Let's go to Ask Us Anything. Quickly.
How old's Ryan?
22.
Older than Rooney.
Do you know what someone said about the hat-trick that he scored against us for Everton? Weren't they the only 3 goals he scored on? He was returned at Everton.
Is this true?
Yeah, from Brighton to Hull.
Fuck off! I'm not doing that.
Why not? Me and Graham are going to do it.
Well, you and Graham can do it. My ankles, my knees. Nicky, what shampoo do you use? Be gone.
Be gone.
Be gone.
Be gone.
Hair be gone.
Yeah, be gone. Right, where did you buy the All Blacks top?
No, it's an Adidas tracksuit top. I don't know. Like, I got a little bit of stick for it earlier. Maybe I just have to automatically wear West Ham when you come on this channel. But every week I wear West Ham, no one else does. As soon as I don't wear it, see, that's because people notice. See, because I always wear West Ham stuff. So tomorrow I'll be wearing Pearly King and Queen outfit and fucking.
I've got a Ralphie on today.
No, I don't know, mate.
That's a shock. There's a shock.
I'll shut up with your fucking granddad jumpers.
I'll wreck your Ralph over there.
I see Suchek didn't win Player of the Month either, did he?
Nah, Fernandez did.
Yeah, there's a surprise.
Yeah, it's because it's all it's voted on Twitter and social media and that, isn't it? Should be. For me, it should be. Yeah, fans should have a voice in Player of the Month, but obviously United have got such a massive fan base worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
They could have put fucking Solskjaer up for Player of the Month, and he probably would have got it.
Yeah.
And then he kicked the ball.
The thing is with it, it's like an EA thing, isn't it? So it's all linked to FIFA and all of that sort of thing, and when I don't know whether any of you are familiar with Ultimate Team. I know Danny's a little bit familiar with it, but Ultimate Team's where you make like a dream team. So players, like, say for instance, you get ratings at the beginning of a season and all of that sort of thing. So if you play well that week, you get a new card, which is called an inform card, which boosts your rating up on that card for that week. So if you get, say, for instance, a Suchek that's inform that week, he will be from an 81, he'll jump to an 82. If you get the Player of the Month, he jumps a few ratings. So every time there's a player like, what's his name? Fernandez. He started at an 87. He's got like a 89 rated, a 90 rated. Last Player of the Month was 91. So every time there's a player like him, people vote for him because he's going to be the best card to get on FIFA. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's going to be a 92 rated card, or a Suchek would be an 85 rated card. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they're more likely to vote for him because
they're going to vote for him because he's going to be the better one because it'd be worth like 2 million points or whatever.
It is silly that it's voted for by fans, to be honest. You know, no matter what, even if you take the FIFA element out of it, it's going to be the bias of fans.
It's a popularity content.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah.
And it's not right because they're a fantastic. Sorry?
Rice's block someone said, "I hate you, Scott." That was his name.
I hate you, Scott.
Yeah, you just blocked someone. Someone's just blocked someone. His name was "I hate you, Scott."
Oh, it's just fucking. We're getting silly people in this chat now. It's getting ridiculous. The thing is, you're just going to get to the point where we just don't have the live chat on no more. You know, it just spoils it for everyone. So you just get silly people like making up stupid accounts. Like, we've had it all night.
Yeah, fucking leave them to talk to themselves. Someone said, "Nicky, if I beat you at FIFA, can I have your Christmas lights?" Yeah, it's fine. Scott is on the sniff.
I'm on tea bags.
Don't worry about thingies. Get some questions. I want some silly questions. Let's get some.
Yeah, get your questions. What we do, we quickly preview tomorrow's game, give everyone time to think of questions, and then just get them in, and then we can finish on Ask Us Anything this week instead of doing a preview.
Before we do the Burnley one, I'll put it up, right? What tea bags do you lot buy?
Yorkshire.
I've got. I think I've got PG Tips at the minute.
You look like a PG Tips man. He does.
I do
He
like
looks
Yorkshire tea, though.
he
I do
looks
like
like
the
he
Yorkshire
loves
tea
a
ones.
nice PG Tips.
I'm Tetley, but at the moment I'm drinking chamomile tea.
I like Yorkshire tea, but I don't drink tea that often. Like, I won't be able to tell you the difference between all these different tea bags, to be honest with you. I wouldn't.
I don't think there is really a bit much of a difference. I mean, I'm the same. I don't really drink tea. I'm more of a coffee man myself, but I haven't been drinking coffee lately. As I was saying, I've been drinking some green teas, and I've been enjoying them. Nice flavours. As my mate calls them in work, gay teas. But I thought, I'm sleeping well at night, mate.
They're good for you. Some of them teas are good for you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, mate. I'm trying to change my lifestyle. You know, this is my first alcoholic drink I've had since last week. So, I mean, that's my treat this week. I've been doing well all week, and my treat now is a nice couple of pints on Friday night.
Right, one more before we go into the preview of thingy. Josh Brooks White donated $1.99. Thank you very much for that. Do you boys think Reid deserves a testimonial?
I think, I don't know if he deserves a testimonial. I know he's been at the club for 10 years, but I don't know if he'd get a testimonial. But I'd like to see him get it's a shame that he'd leave the club when there's no fans there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the fans can't make a fuss of him. And it'd be nice if he had a testimonial. As I said, he's been a great servant for West Ham over the years. And obviously, whatever happens now, in 50, 60, 70 years' time, you're still going to know Winston Reid's name because he's the last goal scorer at the Boleyn. You know, he's forever in our history. So it's a shame the way his sort of career's faded out in the last few years. But yeah, it's what I'm saying. It'd be a shame for him to leave the club this year with having no fans there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think probably to give him a testimonial, you know, we should have really given Ginger Collins a testimonial. You know, like I said, Reid will always be remembered because of that goal, and
the goal against Millwall.
Yeah, and you know, it would be nice for him to bow out with crowds being there to show their appreciation. You know, it'd be a bit like, well, no, not a bit like Noble. You know, if Noble was to retire from playing and the fans not in the ground to give him the standing ovation that he would, you know, he deserves. You know, they've given a lot of years for the club. Sorry, mate.
He's had a testimonial.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, would you? He's had a testimonial, but if Noble retired at the end of the season and fans are not in the ground, you know, he deserves.
I think he'd come back for a second testimonial.
Yeah, he probably would. You know, but
I mean, it's unusual for players to get testimonials in this day and age, isn't it? Really.
But
listen, he's been with us for 11 years now. Reedy, this season he'll be with us. We signed him in 2010. By letter of the law, he deserves one, and I think he's done a lot for the club. But I never really took to Reedy as a person. Like, I just think he's a miserable fuck, to be honest with you. Like, I never. If he got one, fantastic. I'd go to it and all of that sort of thing, and I'd show my appreciation. But as a person, I just never sort of warmed to him.
What are you basing this on, Nicky? Or just general demeanour?
Yeah, I don't know. I just never. It might be just me. I don't know whether anyone feels the same, but I just never took to him. It's never been like I've never thought of him as like part of the furniture. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean. All
right, let's preview Burnley then.
Moving on.
Hey,
what's going on?
I don't know.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's quickly do a preview for the Burnley game. Yeah, obviously Fabianski's back tomorrow. He's meant to have a late fitness test, but he should be back in goal.
The thing is, I don't think there's any need to rush him. Do you?
No, Randolph's done well in his last two games. You know, 2 clean sheets as well. So, but Fabianski is the better goalkeeper. He's our number one. If he's fit, play him. Yeah, I mean, how we're going to set up tomorrow? I'd like to see whatever way we set up tomorrow. I'd like to see obviously Antonio up top, Bowen, Lanzini, and Ben Rama. Because I think we can get out. I think the thing is with Burnley, we're not going to beat them in the air. So let's beat them on the floor. Let's play football. Let's knock it around. We're not going to beat them. We're not going to beat them in the air. You know, so we've got the pace of Antonio up top. I think Ben Rama tomorrow, he'll have a lot more space on that pitch. Look, we ain't beat Burnley in our last 3 games. They're a difficult team to break down. So
listen, just as you say, you're not going to beat them in the air, beat them on the floor. We've got enough talent to beat them on the floor. Don't do what you've done against Brighton and fuck it up.
Yeah.
Try and go defensively, like go at them. You know, Burnley are there. But it will be a tough game. It will be a very tough game against them.
We dominated the game against them the end of last season, didn't we? You know,
the goalkeeper got man in the match. Pope got man in the match.
So we've got to do that. Just take our chances. But we've got to be wary. Chris Woods, he's got 5 goals in 6 games against us. I think in the Premier League,
everyone's got one of them, haven't they?
Yeah, he's scored more goals against us than anyone else in the Premier League. If you get what I mean, he's going to be a threat. It will be a smash and grab. They're going to make it very, very hard. It's going to be a lot like Stockport. They're going to make it hard for us to play. And I'd definitely start Ben Rama. I don't know whether I'd start Lanzini. I'm with you guys. We need to play on the floor, but I just think there's too many players there starting Ben Rama and Lanzini that they can bully. And that bothers me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there, Scott, but how else you beat them then? You're not going to beat them for height. You're not going to beat them in the air. So if you get these players on the box,
football.
Yeah. And then you've got your Rice and Souček sitting there. You've got, a back 4 will be solid.
Your rice and beans.
Yeah, you've got your rice and potato salad in midfield. So you've got your nice little dinner in there.
And you want a little filet steak up front moving around. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
there is no reason why we cannot beat them tomorrow. There is no reason at all why we cannot beat them tomorrow. And as I say, as long as Moisey don't make that same mistake that he did against Brighton, and that's try and go defensive, because we've got a little bit of a bad record against them and all that. I don't think he will, because I think he's learned his lesson.
But he admitted he got that one wrong, didn't he?
He got that one wrong. As long as he don't do that. As long as he don't do that. As long as he don't do that, we'll beat him. But it's down to the manager.
Yeah, if the manager picks the right team tomorrow, then it's down to the players, because I think when we lose, it's always Moyes' fault. No one actually looks at the players, So we need to sort of, if Moyes picks the right team that we all want, I said about Lanzini, thinking about it now, I could probably see him maybe playing Fornals instead of Lanzini. And the reason he'd probably pick Fornals over Lanzini is just because of his work rate. But I'll be as long as we go out there tomorrow and we give them a good, as you said, Chris Wood, he's got a good record against us. Sean Dyche teams are hard to break down, they're hard to beat. So I watched them the other night against Man United. I thought they were decent. They only lost the game 1-0. So yeah, look, it's a big week for West Ham, because we've got them Burnley tomorrow, West Brom at home on Tuesday, and then it's the FA Cup next weekend, isn't it, against Doncaster. So it's a massive week for West Ham. So 6 points and get through to the Cup. Happy days.
That's it. That'd be a perfect week, wouldn't it, to get the 6 points and get through into the next round of the Cup. And this with Burnley, it does worry me. They've tightened up a lot of the back since they got spanked by City. They've only lost, I think, by the odd goal in all the other games. I think they picked up more wins in their last 10 games than they had at the start of the season. So they're slowly turning things around. So it's going to be very, very tricky and very tough. But we're as much as they're going to be well organised and hard to break down, we're exactly the same now. We've got our structure, we've got the way we set up, the way we play. The form of Bonner's in at the minute, Dawson coming in. That's going to be a good battle with him and Wood if Wood starts. We've got to be looking at this. We're favourites in this game, and we've got to take our opportunities. That's the worrying thing.
I think it's only us and Burnley in the Premier League that haven't had a penalty all season. So what's the odds of a penalty tomorrow?
No, it's never one. There's another one as well, but I can't remember who it is.
It's mad. We haven't had a penalty so far this season.
No, there's three teams in the
I
Premier
think Man
League.
United have had 65
Yeah.
in the last 3 games.
You know what it is? We don't fall over enough. You know what I mean? We don't.
That's it. We're too honest, Scott. We're too honest.
Exactly. You know.
Anyway, let's get to some Ask Us Anything. Nino, 1983, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Well, after the big Sonic boom in Essex this week, I'm going to go Street Fighter.
I heard that, yeah. Sounded like it was over the top of my house.
It was.
What, Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, yeah.
I can't even remember any of the characters from Mortal Kombat.
I think I played Street Fighter more when I was younger.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Yeah, definitely Street Fighter for me.
Yeah, Street Fighter was a great game.
I played them both, but I think I played Street Fighter.
Morgan. I used to hate what was his name? Dal Sim with his long legs used to kick you from over the other side of the room.
I used to work out that one. Like, he used to go like that, and he used to do like a speedy kick.
Yeah, but you know what? I remember when I used to play it. You remember the game machine outside Rathbone Market? We used to play it, and you know that bit where you got to that level where you got to smash up the car. I used to be pressing the button real quick, like, come on, smash it.
I've got. Will you watch Conor McGregor's fight next week?
Nope.
Who's he fucking fighting?
No, I'm not really into all that. I like Conor McGregor. I think he's good entertainment, but I won't stay up and watch it.
No.
And what's your go-to takeaway, Nicky? It's just don't ask me questions. Ask everyone questions. Go on. What's your go-to takeaway, Scott? What's your favourite?
Chinese.
Ryan, I don't even have to ask.
Yeah. I love a Chinese, but I like a proper Turkish as well. Nice Turkish restaurant.
Graham's smiling. Look already.
Graham's looking at his chops.
No, I was just saying, I like a Chinese. I do like a Chinese.
I do like an Indian as well. We was talking about this in work the other day. It's funny with Indian because, like, when you're at home, you can order a Chinese and eat it in. But I always prefer having an Indian in a restaurant. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You make a noise of it, don't you?
Mine was Chinese, but I haven't had a takeaway for a long time. I tried to eat some chicken last night, fried chicken. We got some for like Jamie and that. I just can't eat it. There's nothing I can eat now, really. But I think the thing that goes down probably easiest would be a curry. So I'll have to say that, just because that's what I can sort of eat. There's not a lot what I can eat now. Let's go down. Oh, this is a good one. Night Rider, Airwolf, or the A-Team?
Do you know what? They've just started.
A-Team for me.
Yeah, they've just started playing the A-Team on Comedy Central. They're playing it from like the whole seasons all over again. Out of them, I don't know. I was a big. I loved Night Rider as a kid. I didn't really watch Airwolf, but I'd say the A-Team out of all them.
I loved them all, but A-Team was the one I watched the most.
Got to be the A-Team.
I'm going for A-Team, but all three of them, I loved all three of them growing up.
I don't even remember Airwolf.
Airwolf was the helicopter. I didn't like it that much.
I don't like helicopters anyway.
It came off of that, like, you used to have Airwolf, Street Hawk, which was a
Street Hawk, the motorbike one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all like, it all come off the back of like Night Rider. Night Rider was like the cool car. That was a cool helicopter. And you had the cool motorbike, which was Street Hawk.
Yeah.
But it's got to be the A-Team, man.
A-Team was great. All them programs, all them bullets flying, and no one ever got killed.
No. I used to like it when they used to come up with an invention. I used to look around. I used to go like that. Fuck, what we got around? We got some crates. We got a pen. Got some aftershave. Got a little pair of trainers. I got a machine gun. I can make out of that. They used to fucking burst out. Burst out the back of a fucking thing with a tank with a machine gun on it.
That's why I used to like MacGyver. Did you ever watch MacGyver?
Yeah, MacGyver.
Oh, that cunt could make anything out of anything.
That was great. It's another one. Like,
so do you remember the remember the Equalizer, like the original series, the Equalizer, Edward Woodward?
Edward Woodward.
Yeah.
No.
Did he have a mate United?
Eh?
Did he own Man United?
Yeah, he used to work for Man United, didn't he? Edward Woodward.
Oh, I ain't got a clue what you were talking about, by the way.
The original equaliser was really good. I'm glad you clicked on
Paul
that.
donated £50.
Well,
Listen,
Thank you.
I just want to make sure that you've done that on purpose because I don't want you to donate that sort of money. That's ridiculous. Don't do that.
That keeps Nicky in work for another week.
Well, to be honest with you, at the minute, I don't know where it's all going. So hold off on the donations because I haven't had confirmation where the fuck it's all going yet. So
We've probably got like £1 million sitting in a bank account. Did you see that? Just quickly going off subject. Did you see that on the news the other day about that bloke with the bitcoins? He was a computer technician, right? And I think it was about 7-8 years ago, he got paid. He'd done a job for someone. He got 7,000 bitcoins in an account, right? It's now worth 180 million, right? And do you know what? He can't remember the password to his account.
Oh,
yeah.
You get 10 attempts and he's done it 8 times so far, and you can't contact anyone. How fucking gutted would you be? How gutted would you be?
That is crazy.
180 million it's worth now. And
Imagine sweating.
Oh, mate, I wouldn't
doing it. You're on 8 for 2 thinking, fuck.
Honestly, I wouldn't know what to do.
I know people early doors with them bitcoins, right? Because bitcoins come about like a good few years ago now, and they you could mine them. You could like set up CPUs that could mine them out of the things, right? And early doors, that was worth nothing. They was worth absolutely fuck all. Like I think something like the first ever transaction with a Bitcoin was someone paid out like fucking 20,000 of them for a pizza.
Yeah,
that's what this geezer done. Because he couldn't afford to pay the technician. He said, "Oh, I'll give you these Bitcoin." Oh, mate, it's making me
come out about like a few years ago that people were worth like 20 million pounds or something. But that was before the fucking big hike as well. You know what I mean? But you could mine them, and people were mining them and putting them on a hard drive, and then chucking the hard drive in a drawer and just losing them.
So look, Lily Allen turned down 200,000 bitcoins way back to do a gig worth billions now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
crazy,
and they think that the price of Bitcoin at the minute, they reckon it might go up to $114,000 a Bitcoin.
Kent Hammer said he'd be shaking and sweating and all sorts.
Yeah.
I would as well, man. I wouldn't know what to do. I'll be thinking, and there's not even no one you could contact either, just to say help. Like, I'll give you like 10 million or something. You could give someone 10 million to crack that for you, and you'd still be sorted, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You could give him half of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, what's he done? He's fixed someone's computer for 90 quid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. There'll be someone out there who know how to hack into that.
Of course. Richard K 999 says, "Who do you think we should get to replace Haller? Would you boys take Costa on a free? I personally would like Igalo from China because he's not playing at United, or Morelos from Rangers." I don't think either of them, to be honest.
Costa, I don't think would come to us. Morelos from Rangers is a massive gamble. He reminds me so much of El Hadj Diouf. Do you remember him? Like, he'll get sent off more than what he'll score. Igalo done well for United when he went there, but Igalo's on too much money. I think someone just said there he's on like 300 grand a week. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is the rumor about Choco Lozano? Oh, sorry, Greg, on.
No, I was saying about that, Morales. Didn't was it last season or season before? Gerrard was doing his nut about the amount of times he was getting sent off.
I'm not being funniest as well, but Morelos, I can't see him leaving Rangers now when they're on the verge of winning the title. He's been there so long, he needs to he wants to win a title there, doesn't he? So,
is the rumor about Choco Lozano to West Ham true? I ain't heard it, if I'm honest.
Is that even a real player?
Choco Lozano, yeah, he plays in Italy, didn't he, Lozano?
I don't know, mate.
Why are there so many fans left? I don't want to talk about him anymore. Matt Powell, if you were single, would you do the TV show Married at First Sight? No, I fucking would
No
not.
way. No
fucking chance. That other TV show. Do you know what one I've? Do you know that one where like your best mates get to choose what tattoo you have done?
Yeah.
You don't know what it is.
Yeah. Tattoo me or whatever it's called.
Just to two of us, isn't it?
Just to two of us. I sound like that. I don't know. Mrs. watches it. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some of them, mate. There's amount of fucking breakdowns in relationships that have gone on for them, and some of the things that people put on each other, and they think it's funny. It's funny till they look at theirs.
Yeah, but did you see the one that the bird had done her mate? She'd tattooed a tampon on her leg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck that. Fuck any of that. Like, you've got to be like some of these youngsters these days. I call them the Love Island generation. You've got to be fucking desperate to get on the telly if you're gonna fucking tattoo your mates, or you're gonna fucking marry someone the first time you see them.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That one. Married at First Sight is absolutely crazy.
I don't know what happens in that program, but I'm just going by the title. I'm making it. They meet someone and then they go and get married, but. Yeah, fuck that bit.
On the watch along, you spoke about Strike It Lucky. Which game show should they bring back?
What
game show would you like to see them bring back?
God, Going for Gold, Gray. I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Krypton Factor, mate.
Oh,
that was my favourite when I was a kid. Krypton Factor.
See, one of my favourites is still on the telly, but it's a celebrity. They do celebrity ones now. Catchphrase. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I used to like Strike It Lucky.
Yeah, Strike It.
Generation Game. What about a bit Generation Game?
Barrymore made that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is getting the right host to host it.
I'd like to see come back. You bet.
Play your cards right.
Playing cards right was good.
Jack Nunn, did you guys do this in person before COVID-19? I would love to see you guys in the same room together. I never met them. Never met any of them.
I don't know who they are.
On the internet, they were all here. No, of course we did. I mean, we didn't do Friday Night Pint because Friday Night Pint started as a coincidence, as a consequence of the lockdown. But fucking post-match pints, man, we used to do them all the time.
I was watching an old.
I miss them. I ain't seen them in a year. I see Scott once in the park.
I was watching an old post-match point yesterday. I can't remember what it was now, but it was just a bit. Do you remember the beginning, Scott, when you always used to laugh? And I was, and you're trying. What was the one? Do you remember the one when Nicky lost the plot and went to storm off? He went, I can't do this anymore. I can't even. That was one of the earlier ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there was you going, no, come on, sit down.
He's finished it. I was saying no, but I was turning back, coming back.
You was turning around.
No, we've all had a drink. Come on.
I don't know why. Everything me and Ryan would just sit there and start laughing.
Yeah, I know. Because I always knew that you had to do the team lineups, and I knew that there was players in there that you couldn't pronounce. So I was already laughing.
No, I think the funniest thing I've ever seen is when Graham done that. When he done that intro, when he was going to me, he was trying to do an intro to something, and I was going, "Go on, Graham, you do it." And he's like, "All right." Yeah. And he's trying to do it, and he's like, "What do I have to say again?" I was like, and I was trying to explain to him. I started to explain to him what he had to do, and halfway through my thing, he just went, "Hello, hello, everyone."
Yeah,
do you remember what? Yeah. I was explaining, don't, what you got to do, put a bit of energy in. He just went, "Hello, everyone."
and then he threw the papers in the air, didn't he? And his tongue.
Yeah, not now. I'm just talking.
I think that's when we first started doing on the social, wasn't it? I think. It was very early on the socials.
I think it might have been the first ever.
Yeah, it might have been.
I think it might have been the first ever on the social, to be honest with you. Yeah, but it was just halfway through explaining what you had to do, and he just went, "Hello, everyone." Oh, fucking hell. $4.99 from Richard K. As I said, please stop donating, mate. I don't know where it's going. I've really got to check this out. I've been trying to get hold of someone at Google for the last couple of weeks. Lethal Weapon or Die Hard?
Die Hard.
I'm going to go Lethal Weapon because I think I've only seen Die Hard once. So
Die Hard's a great film, but Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon's brilliant. So I'm going Lethal Weapon.
I wasn't a massive fan of either of them films, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not really a massive fan of Die Hard, if I'm honest, but I do like Lethal Weapon because I thought Mel Gibson and Danny Glover were brilliant in it.
Yeah, I'll come back to this question, Elliot. That's my friend Elliot. Right, I'll come back to this question because I'm going to lose this one otherwise. Urim's nightmare from their childhood, kids, games, how they're.
Yes,
you had to say like 2 steps forward.
Yeah, I used to find that game show the most fucking triggering thing I've ever seen because I used to think to myself, man, how can you walk through all these things and not know where the fuck you're going? Do you know what I mean? Like I used to think to myself, fuck that. Especially when like you used to have to pick up food because of the skeletons, or stat you near a little wall and the fucking goblin would come running in. I could just imagine myself if it was me, I'd have to pull off the helmet and fight him. I'd just be whacking him with the helmet because he used to go. Because that geezer with a beard used to go like that. He almost used to go, and the little goblins just come in. He used to go quickly, exit the room quickly. I'd probably piss myself.
That must have been one of the longest film studios because when the kid was walking quite a bit, they're not walking.
No, it would just be it would literally just be a square, and like as he exited one room, they'd rearrange it a little bit. He weren't in a fucking dungeon, Scott. You know what I mean?
I know he wasn't in a dungeon.
It's all green screen, and they'd just move boxes in his way so he could feel things and all that sort of thing. He weren't actually fucking.
It weren't real. Here's one. Mary Poppins.
Goblins didn't really get him.
Gray. Mary Poppins or Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire for me.
Mrs. Doubtfire, yeah.
Oh, your tea!
My friend from work, Elliot Watson, he's working from home now, so I ain't seen him in a little while. Elliot Watson says Takeshi's Castle, Crystal Maze, or Fort Boyard.
Do you know what? Funny enough, I was talking about this in work yesterday, right? Crystal Maze, you really used to wind me up, right? Because you'd be stressing, right? You're under a time limit. And you got everyone leaning through the window telling you what to do.
Yeah, everyone at the same time.
You lift up the little flap and you'll have some bird leaning in going, go left, go left. You fucking idiot.
No, the thing that used to drive me insane is
and then not only that, you get Richard O'Brien, get his harmonica out and start playing it.
Hey, you're all stressing out, you're trying to do something, and he just whip out the harmonica and start playing songs on it.
And he goes all mumsy and runs off. Takeshi's Castle was good though. I used to love that one. You know when they used to do the maze and there'd be a geezer behind the door, and or the stepping stones. I used to love the stepping stones.
No one ever fucking won. I only see like 2 people ever win.
Yeah,
because the last game they used to be on a little go-kart and they'd be chasing each other.
Yeah, sometimes it was lasers and sometimes it was a water cannon. But there'd be 2 people on a little go-kart, but there'd be massive go-kart and airplanes and shit coming and fucking like firing water at them. I used to think to myself, like, what chances have they got?
That's it.
You know, it's like Crystal Maze as well. Crystal Maze was like one of your mates to get locked in on the first one. You get about 4 crystals. Like, do you want to let him out? They're like, nah, fuck him, leave him. They'll go through that. They'll go in the maze, win, and they'll win a little crystal, and then like a kite weekend or something.
Yeah,
it's like shit.
Yeah, but you get to you used to choose. You go for John. He likes fucking painting plates, so we've arranged a painting plate. And be like, yes, a little voucher.
Then again, I suppose it was the 90s.
Like a little Virgin Days voucher. That's what they used to win. They used to do all of that shit for a little Virgin Days voucher. We was going to do it last year. It was Ryan Stag do. We was going to do it, and we couldn't get in with all of us, and we was quite pissed up, to be quite honest with you. One of us would have been sick on a physical.
Everyone would have just got locked in a room.
I would have been sitting in the room for 2 hours with Richard O'Brien playing his harmonica.
But you shouted out, I'm gonna be sick.
We'll have to give that a go once lockdown's done and dusted.
Ken Hammers, who remembers Funhouse? The two birds, they're the Bubble Twins, weren't they?
Yeah.
What was their
I
name?
remember Funhouse.
I went to Magaluf back in 2006, and they was all there. Pat Sharp and them two twins.
Oh, I love
Funhouse, proper Funhouse.
I used to love Funhouse. I used to hate it when they was near the prize and they couldn't see it, and they used to just go down the slide and they've missed it.
When they used to pick up the special take, you just go, bah!
Yeah,
someone's put it, who would win? Yeah. Who would win on the game show Wipeout? I love Wipeout. My boy loves watching Wipeout. It's hilarious. The American one's so much better than the British one. If you get a chance to watch it, it's so funny. But that'd be a laugh.
I know the one with all the foam things and it tries to knock you off all the time.
Yeah.
And you got the big red balls you have to run across.
Yeah, and then like a boxing glove comes out or something.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Honestly, watch the American one. The American one's so funny. So funny. Richard K. Donut 199. RoboCop or Terminator?
RoboCop.
Yeah, I'd have to say RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Not really a big fan of the Terminator films, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I did like the RoboCop. I liked Smog, but yeah, RoboCop.
If you were darts players, what would your nickname and walk-on music be?
Don't know.
One would be Nicky, the Dustbin Hawkins, and I'd walk on to like 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. I think Ryan the Iron, and I come out to I'm coming out.
I'd be like Ryan the. That's to do with the Archer thing, isn't it? Ryan the Arrow Archer or something like that.
Ryan Bow and Arrow Archer.
Right, you're talking about darts, the fucking things where you're firing arrows.
Ryan the Arrow, that'd be all right.
Yeah, Ryan Bow and Arrow Archer.
Westlife.
Yeah, and then I come out to you, raise me up, and then I'm on a platform, and I come out the floor.
I don't know what could I be. I don't know.
Janosch.
Scott Janosch.
Collier.
Scotty Janosch.
Mine, I'd have to be eyebrows, wouldn't I?
Yeah, Graham.
So that means
Graham the eyebrows.
I'd have to come out to Ghostbusters then, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Ghostbusters 2, Bobby Brown.
Why am I drippings with goo?
Naked Gun or Police Academy?
Naked Gun.
That's a tough
one. Police Academy for me.
You know what?
Yeah,
she died the other day, didn't she?
Hooks. The one who played Hooks.
Yeah.
Hooks.
Bless her. She looked good for 71.
Who's Hooks?
You know the one that
the really quietly spoken one. The really softly spoken one.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I can't choose out of them two because I like both of them. Well, I like all 8 of Police Academy, and I like Naked Gun. But do you know Naked Gun? I always remember that scene. You know when he goes, "Have you got protection?" And they put 2 big giant condoms over him, and they start laughing. But Nicky's pissing out the window.
It looked like it, doesn't it?
Nick, don't jump.
Piss off.
Nick, you got to let your kids in sometimes. It's fucking 9:20, Nick. You got to let your kids in.
Nick, who are you talking to?
You mark out, I could hear them fighting.
That's it.
Ken Amos says it's Melanie and Martina from Funhouse.
Yes.
Twins.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
DC Comics or Marvel?
Oh, you'll have to explain to me who's who. What's Batman?
DC.
It's got to be Marvel.
What's Marvel then?
Yeah.
Marvel's the Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man.
What's
I was
DC?
at Marvel.
Who's Batman and Superman?
Yeah, DC's Batman,
I'll go
Superman,
DC then.
Aquaman.
I'll go DC then.
Do you know what? I prefer DC, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it, Scott.
DC, yeah, DC's good. Some of the better TV shows. Marvel's got some great shows, but comics, DC as well for me.
That was Dan outside Nicky's head.
That was fuck off.
That was I was only joking about earlier.
Oh, fuck.
Don't.
Mark Goldbridge or Fogdad? Does anyone know who Fogdad is?
I ain't got a clue.
Who's Mark? Oh, Mark Goldbridge
No.
is the Man United channel, isn't it?
Mm.
Who's Fogdad?
I don't know. I think. Do you know what? I think he was in. I think he was in the video. Do you remember when Amma's chat done? Not Amma's chat. What's that? West Ham clips or whatever. Done that video with the goggle box one.
Mm.
I think it was that kid and his dad. I think that's who Fogdad was. One of them. I don't know. To be honest.
I don't know either of them, to be fair, so can't really comment.
I'll be honest with you, I like Mark Goldbridge. Some of the things he comes out with are funny, but I met him once. He wasn't a very pleasant person, but that was a good few years ago. So
That's because he's an old copper.
You're right, Ryan. You're right.
Richard
No.
Kay,
Things though, but
Oh, you might as well leave me out of this question. None of these.
Well, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so that's Lord of the Rings for me.
Nicky?
Lord of the Rings sounds like our new boardroom name.
it's got to be Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings.
Do you know what? I love Lord of the Rings, but Game of Thrones all the way up to the last season is absolutely fantastic. So
What happened, Scott?
put it this way, the last season was so disappointing. I've still not watched the last ever episode.
Ah,
No. Favourite sidemen? I'll let you go first, Gray.
I'm going to say Ethan because that's the only one I know.
Yeah,
He's the only one I know, so.
I like
you
Ethan.
know Toby. Remember Toby used to come training?
Nah.
Graham would know. Scott
Oh,
would know.
yeah, Toby, yeah.
Graham, Mike, so I never used to go training, so.
Yeah, I know Toby.
What one then?
Good lads. Well, either or. They're both good lads.
You can have both of them. If you could sign one realistic player this January, who would you sign?
Daka.
Armstrong.
I think Daka as well.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but I'll go Daka as well.
Ben Glander's laughing.
He's always laughing, Ben.
Theodore Pussycat, who would win a fight between David Moyes and Donald Trump?
Oh, David Moyes
David
all
Moyes,
day.
This is Glaswegian, mate. Donald Trump ain't got a
Moyes.
chance. I think a fucking strong wind would blow Donald Trump over.
He'll have a couple of little cheeky scotches and then just go at him, fight him. I reckon Moyes is one of them blokes that takes his shirt off when he has a fight.
Gets oiled up.
Do you think that West Ham should change their song when we score that's more fitting with our club? What?
We don't sing when we score, do we?
What are you talking about, man? West Ham need a striker. Liverpool need a defender. Why not swap Divock Origi to West Ham? It's a Diop to Liverpool. Yeah, all right, if you want. Can you sort that out?
Potentially, they'll be getting the better end of that deal, though. If I'm honest.
Do you know what? I do like Origi. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'd rather keep Diop.
No, I think he's
Yeah,
not playing.
I'm with you as well. I'd rather keep Diop. He's got
Yeah, Origi's
Only loan. It's only a loan.
on loan. Sorry. Oh yeah, fuck it. I'll take Origi then.
Oh yeah. For the short term, yeah, that'll work well. Sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't see the.
Sorry,
loan.
Joe. I misread the question there, mate. Yeah.
What was your favourite ever West Ham kit sponsor?
Dagenham Motors.
Avco. It's the first
I like
shirt I had where I
Dr.
remember a sponsor being on it.
I'll be honest, I like Dr. Martins. I thought
I
Dr.
like
Martins.
that, yeah, Dr. Martins as well. Same.
Does any of you own a Phil and Grant style leather jacket?
Fucking Nicky used to own
No.
like a fucking Undertaker jacket. When Nicky used to go out when we were 16, 17, he used to walk out with this long leather jacket on with tassels on his arm.
He didn't have tassels on it.
Yeah, he did have tassels, man. He used to walk in the beak down the Hermit Road like the Undertaker. He used to flick it round as he walked in the
No, he didn't have tassels on it. I don't care what anybody says. He didn't. I know Scott used to have a fucking Phil and Grant.
To be honest, I think I did.
You did. I know you did because I see it. You used to stink.
I've got a brown leather jacket, but it's like a hooded one, like a box one, like, but it's not like a Phil and Grant. Nicky did have a long leather jacket, man.
It did have tassels on it.
It did have tassels, man. There was about 4 or 5 tassels. He was like a mixture between like Bret Hart and the Undertaker.
Oh fuck!
And it used to have like Diamante studs on the back that said Big Hawks.
Graham definitely, 100% got some Bret Hart jacket sitting somewhere. I know it.
I'll guarantee.
No, I ain't got a leather jacket.
I'll guarantee.
You a leather jacket, Gray?
I used to have a leather jacket. I ain't got one now.
What sort of leather jacket was it?
I bet he's got leather trousers.
It was I suppose you could describe it as a Phil and Grant one, but that was back in the 90s. That was back in the 90s.
This geezer's asked this question about a million times. All right, we'll get round to it. Don't worry. Do you rate Ahmed Diallo? I don't know who the fuck that is, if I'm honest.
Nicky owns a Phil haircut.
Phil haircut.
Phil and Grant haircut, yeah.
This one's for Graham, yeah. Great. Tis was a swap shop.
Swap shop. Used to watch that one more.
Tis was the one with Chris Tarrant, when he's chuck a bucket of water over you.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember Tis.
I never watched it, but I remember seeing clips of it on, like, you know, when they.
I was only like really little when that. I remember Swap Shop more. I used to watch Swap Shop more.
I'll be honest, I've heard of them both, but never seen them.
No. I've only seen them on, like, you know, when they put these programs on Channel 5, like top kids programs of the 80s or whatever.
Oasis or Stone Roses?
I'll have to say Oasis.
Oasis for me.
Yeah, Oasis is my
top.
Yeah, I say Oasis. Although I've seen Stone Roses live, they were good live.
Callum said should get Ben Glander on one of these. Ben Glander's welcome. Ben very, very well, very personal. He's welcome to have a chat with us whenever he wants. AJ versus Fury said should wait till fans can return to go to Saudi for 75 million. I think that's each.
You've got to wait for the fans. The fight's got to be over here. It's got to be in England.
Yeah,
the two best heavyweights at the moment.
Yeah,
are both, you know, from this country. We've got a fight here. We've got big enough stadiums here. The most passionate boxing fans in the world here. Fucking, it's got to be here. Fuck, it ain't all about money. Yeah. They've got enough money. They've earned enough money from boxing. Give the fans what they want. Yeah. If AJ's got the bottle.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. There's no way that should be held outside of this country. You know, Wembley Stadium, any one of the stadiums could hold that fight and it would sell out. That's the fight that, you know, anyone in this country who's into boxing wants to see.
Why do they take it? I mean, like, I think back to like the Rumble in the Jungle and all that. That was in like Africa, wasn't it? Somewhere.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
I mean, back in them days, it was
publicity.
It's all for money. It's all for money, isn't it? At the end of the day, and they go to Saudi Arabia. As someone said there, they're like £75 million. But as I said, Joshua and Fury ain't skin. You know, the British boxers give a lot to them. The British boxing fans give a lot to them too. They're supporting them over the years. So now give something back to us, the British fans. You know, have it here, Wembley Stadium, Millennium Stadium. there's big enough stadiums in this country to have it. You know,
exactly. You've got to have that over here. It can't be over a country like Saudi Arabia that's got no history of boxing whatsoever.
If they done it here and then had a rematch over there for the reported 100 million or 75 million pounds each, would you understand it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd probably like to see the first fight here and the rematch. Probably if it went abroad, I'd like to see it in America because I think they're just as passionate as fans over there, and probably Las Vegas. All right, you won't have. I say that you've got the Las Vegas Stadium now. You've got the Las Vegas Raiders play, so that's a big enough stadium for it. They sell it out there. I just don't like it when it goes to these countries and it's all for money. I mean, I watched Amir Khan when he fought out there, and it just looked so shit. Boring.
Takes the soul out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's all for money, right? Yeah. The thing is, as I said, they're not skint, so let's have it over here. The country deserves it, especially with what we've been through in the last year. If you could get that fight here with crowds back, it'll be massive.
Yeah, definitely. Imagine that being the first fight that you could actually see live with a capacity crowd. You know, that'd be the way to return to normality.
You could probably sell that 3-4 times over.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that AJ doesn't bottle it because Fury wants it.
Andy James says, would you give up watching West Ham for free ticket to AJ versus Fury if it was the same day, or does it depend who West Ham play?
Well, the thing is, if it was at Wembley Stadium and West Ham at home, the fight wouldn't start till 10:30, so I could probably do both.
Maybe you had to give it up. Of course you would. It's one off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like missing West Ham, but if that fight, if that was, because you've got to take it as there might only be one. I know they're talking about doing 2 or 3 fights, but there might only be one because someone could get injured and whatever. But yeah, I'd probably to be there. I mean, I was at Wembley for AJ Klitschko. I was at Wembley for Froch Groves. They're great memories. Biggest nights in British boxing, and I think especially if it was at Wembley.
I don't like boxing, so I wouldn't bother. Richard K says Mike Tyson is prime versus Anthony Joshua now. Come on, man.
Mike Tyson.
Oh, come on, man.
Tyson all day.
Can we call it a night? Because it's all boxing questions now.
Yeah, I've gone in. Here's a non-boxing question. Baggy trousers or it must be love?
Baggy trousers.
Baggy trousers for having a good old jump around.
Love. Baggy trousers probably gets me going when it comes on in a club.
Yeah, baggy trousers for me as well. It's
boys in nasty schools, headmasters making all the rules. Yeah, it's got to be that.
Yeah.
Let's finish on this one. Todd Stevens, what football club do you hate the most?
Todd, sometimes many people would think I hate West Ham the most, but I promise you now, it's not West Ham. The football club I hate the most is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Period. Between them and Millwall.
Yeah, Millwall and Tottenham. All right, take away Millwall and Tottenham then, because they're the obvious ones, isn't they? Is there any other clubs that you really hate?
Yeah, Southampton. I've hated Southampton for fucking years. Years and years. I really hate them. I think they're football teams in the world. I can't stand Southampton. I don't know why.
That's only because you got bullied by them 10-year-olds the other year.
For years, man. I've always hated Southampton.
Yeah, mine.
Taking that Tottenham Millwall.
Yeah, mine are probably sitting where they should be now, bottom of the league, Sheffield United. Fuck them. I can't. Ever since that Tevez affair, whatever, they've just non-stop been in our ears for years. And when they finished above us last season, I remember all their fans in pre-season coming on Friday night pints, and I don't want to speak too soon because there's still the second half of the season to go, but they're only on 5 points. We're on 26 points.
For me, I agree with Ryan, Sheffield United and Wigan for me as well. For the same reasons, because them and Sheffield United colluded and they were quite happy to see us go down the shitter. So
Chelsea, early 2000s. I fucking couldn't stand Chelsea.
I
don't even think about Chelsea anymore, to be honest.
Chelsea with the old school fans were all right because they were there when Chelsea were were as bad as us, and but the modern era, the Abramovich era Chelsea fans, some of them they just get on my tits, really do. But then so do a lot of modern footballers. I was listening. Do you hear TalkSport the other day? The Spurs fans, because Tottenham threw away a 1-0 lead against Fulham. One of the blokes rung up TalkSport, went, "Yeah, well, I think we should keep him, win a couple of cups, and then sack him." It's like, well, then he'll be your most successful manager for God.
What makes me laugh is that Pochettino won a trophy of PSG after 3 games. Any more?
Queen on the Rolling Stones. Queen for me.
Yeah, Queen. But I do like a couple of the Rolling Stones songs.
I do like the Stones as well, but Queen for me.
I like the Rolling Stones more.
Scott is a Stones man. Yeah, I knew he was going to say that, but
I like Queen, but Rolling Stones
are unbelievable.
Oh, they are brilliant.
Yeah, I've always
as well.
I went to see him live at the O2 the other year. Obviously, Adam Lambert is the lead singer of them now. And listen, he's a good singer. But yeah, Queen, their songs, they've just got so many classics.
Yeah, they have. But yeah, I'm a Stones man personally.
All right, can we wrap it? Yeah.
Well, finish on this one. What other side do you have a soft spot for?
Soft spot,
really?
Yeah.
Do you know what? This sounds mad, and I'm not just saying it now because they're like what they've done in the last few years. But I've always sort of like Man City. I've always sort of even when I remember when I first started going West Ham, and I think their fans, we've always had a good relationship with their sort of fans, and I've always they remind me a lot of us, just their fan base and they're loyal. And I remember them when they went down to Division 2 and they was one penalty kick away from losing that final. So I've always had a soft spot for sort of Man City, and yeah, I don't mind them. I don't mind Man City.
I've got 2 or 3. Forest, Ipswich, and Derby. I've always had little soft spots for.
I reckon Norwich as well. I would say Norwich. I look out for Norwich, to be honest. Mine used to be Man City until that time. Do you remember when we beat them? We started getting abuse.
Oh yeah, but. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I just think about I think if you really some of their old school loyal fans and that they miss the old days, they miss.
Look, I can sit in here. Look now, look, Man City, ha ha, wow, and all of that sort of thing. Man City are not Man City that now, from the last 10 years. I mean, you're talking about previous Man City.
I remember, when I first started going West Ham in the early 90s, I remember Man City I remember when they got relegated at Upton Park, it's I've just had a sort of soft spot for them. Not that I've had a soft spot for them, but I just, that was the question. So
exactly. That's what I said. Mine's always been Orient.
I used to like Glasgow Rangers as well because when Gazza played there.
That's it. It's sometimes certain players attract you to different clubs, and then you sort of follow that club because a player's been there, or players played there. So I used to like Man United under Ferguson. I used to like watching United play. Some of the football they played under Ferguson was brilliant.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's leave it there, boys. Otherwise, we'll be battering on all night, and I am starving because I come straight in from work and I fucking roll straight onto this computer. I chucked Jamie off of his game. Chucked him off. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with a watch along. You can check out Scotty's preview right now. That's up on the channel if you want to go and check that preview out for Burnley. We'll be back tomorrow with watch along fan cams, post match pint, and all that stuff. And then Sunday morning with some other stuff for patrons and things like that. And morning after, night before, and all that caper. So keep your eye out for all the content. Anything else anyone want to say before we go?
Tits.
Tits and cream.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, stay safe. Yes. And my prediction for tomorrow is 3-0 to the Cockney boys. Come on,
I'm going to go 2-0.
I reckon 1-0. Tight 1-0.
Yeah,
Type
type
1-0.
Okay. What one thing left to say, lads?
Come on, you irons.
Come on, your irons.